My name is Marcus Charles, aka Risen. I got that name actually while I was incarcerated. I was making my transition to writing for God, and it was one of my first Christian rap songs that I wrote, which is called I Am Risen. Colossians 3:1, if ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. And I live up to the name that God gave me, just being risen, seated with God, knowing that I'm in a higher place and above what I can see and what I can touch. My mom and my dad, they separated when I was 10 years old, and I kind of despised men just because he was kind of overboard with the disciplinary. I seen him put his hands on my mother, just things like that. It was rough just coming up as a child. But, once I started gangbanging and just getting in trouble and going down that wrong path, smoking weed, just, messing with girls, kind of led me down the wrong path. And my mom was just to the point to where she just felt like there was nothing she could do with me. I wasn't listening to nobody, so she sent me to my dad's for the summer. I ended up staying, and I kind of got my life back on track. I ended up having an awesome career in high school. I ended up going to college on a full ride scholarship, but I think my past caught up with me because I had a friend that was real close to me, and she was younger than me. She was still in high school, and one thing led to another, and we started dating. It just got crazy, cops got involved, and I ended up getting in trouble for it in 2004. I got 5 years, and you're talking about the kid that everybody looks up to, and now it's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror like, what has my life become? Growing up, I always knew I was a child of God, and I always knew that there was something greater inside of me that gave me the ability to do what I did, and I knew it was God without a doubt. I always knew that. So now that I'm going through this, I'm questioning God, and I'm like, do you love me? Like, I feel deserted. I feel alone. Like, I feel like you forgot about me. Like, why would you allow me to go through this? And it was just tough, man. They were having a Eyes on Me concert. Everybody in there knows who Trey 9 is. Everybody knows when it's a Trey 9 concert, everybody's going out. People who don't even go to church, they're going that day. We ended up exchanging information. He was like, man, where are you going when you get home? And I told him, I'm going to Houston. God had already put it on my heart to go to Houston. I reached out to Trey about 3 weeks after I came home. We went to go eat, and, I was like, what's up with the studio, And he's like, yeah, no doubt. Like, I got plenty of connections with the studio, but, what's up with this discipleship? And I'm like, I'm with it. Like, anything about God, man, I'm there. It was crazy because I knew everything that he was teaching was everything that that the Spirit was teaching me. And also, like, if you look at the discipleship of Eyes on Me, it's standing on Colossians chapter 3. And I was just like, wow. And, I used to always say, like, Lord, send me, I'll go wherever you want me to go. And that's their motto. It's on the back of the shirt, send me, I'll go. So it was just too much. I was like, okay, God, like, this ain't no coincidence. This is fate. So after going through the first session of DTS, after that, you have an opportunity to continue to grow. They give you a goals coach who sits with you for 6 months, once a month, checks up on you. Y'all go have a meal and just meet, like I said, once a month, but they also check up on you in between that. And mine was Damian Derby, awesome man of God, a heart of gold.
My name is Damian Derby. I've lived in Houston for about 20 years. Have a wife and 4 daughters. Have my own business, build custom homes. I actually met Trey at a Christian hip hop concert. He mentioned that he has a discipleship program where he brings guys in that are professionals in various industries, and that they would disciple people who are looking to find their way in the world. Maybe have recently overcome addictions or come out of prison or some other type of trouble situations.
He sat with me, helped me, just get my finances right, start learning how to put stuff to the side, opened up a bank account, helping me to level up to be a man, waiting for a wife, just time management, just things that I really lacked in life that nobody's ever taught me.
Risen, I call him Marcus, had a rough past. His faith was really strong, and his spiritual life was strong. His prayer life was strong. he really wanted to turn away from his old ways and his old path. He had some goals and some ideas, but he said, I used to have goals before, but none of that is as important to me as what God has for me right here, right now. And I just thought that was really phenomenal. I felt like he was teaching me about myself, and my faith and where it should be.
And at first it was kind of uncomfortable, because I'm a man and I'm like, I got this figured out. And if I don't, I'll figure it out. That's how I've always been. So that was big for me, like to tell this man, like, well, I'm making this much and I'm putting this here. And at first it was very uncomfortable.
I think that the journey's been tough, as it will be with anyone who's walking away from a troubled past. Living a disciplined disciple's life is not an easy one. And each time we met, you could tell he grew more through that. He became stronger in that it wasn't as hard to make the sacrifice because now he was on the right path. He was moving into the right direction.
I have a father figure that is a godly man, a role model in my life now, and that's my mom's husband. As far as my goals coach, definitely, he's just having another perspective of somebody who's not my mom's husband or somebody that is in the family, somebody like an outsider. Because, you kind of grow up and especially if you don't have the right father figure in your life, it kind of discourages you to where you feel like maybe there ain't no good man out there. And so, like I said, my mom's husband, he was one. And then definitely when I met Damian and of course Trey and everybody else in Eyes on Me, like really just being around these men in Eyes on Me, man, they're just genuine, awesome. Like I just see them pouring in and giving back. That's all I see. And so just being a part of this ministry, it's just been life-changing in my life.
He's on the right path and on the right track. I know that he'll be focused on hearing what God has in store from him and walking in his steps. And I think that's what's really phenomenal about the Eyes on Me program. It's meeting people in their needs as well as helping to rebuild people who have had some struggles, who have had some tough times in the past, but who now have made a commitment to walk with the Lord.
And so now it's rubbing off on me to where I'm able to do the same thing and mentor kids and, pour out what I've been taught. I just look at my life and I go back and I'm like, where did I go wrong? And it was pretty much when my dad left the picture. Like when he left, it was over with, and there wasn't nobody gonna tell me nothing. And so now I see that and I'm like, man, I can't let these kids go down the path that I went on. So even if it's me changing, even if it's just one life that I can change, I'm willing to sacrifice that time. I know it's life-changing in a kid's life, especially the kids that we mentor. A lot of them come from poverty and broken homes, and there's no father figure there. And so, I just want to give back just like they've been giving back to me.
Anyone who was thinking, I would like to give, but I'm not sure how to. I would like to disciple, but I'm not sure if I have the time to. I would just say, raise your hand. And that you will meet people that you never knew how to talk to. God will use you in mighty ways in their life, and he will use them in tremendous ways in your life. And you will both be blessed, and you'll grow from it tremendously.